Good morning. Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well. I think I say that every day. Hope you're having a good day or going to have a good day. May I wish you a good day. Anyway, I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here we're here to talk about Agile and Scrum in a tactical and practical way. And since you're already home, I'll skip that part. But basically, to grow your business and have value and show how Agile and Scrum can apply to a lot of things besides just IT. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. And so you don't work 60, 80 hours a week trying to get stuff done, because the idea is working lean and efficiently, and you get what you think you need to get done in a reasonable manner. And you get stuff actually, quote, done, which is a big problem, that people don't get things, quote, done so they can pivot and do new things. I have those problems too. I always work on it. Trust me, nothing's perfect. And we want to have a little fun. Today is not going to be a little fun day, but we're going to talk about some items, maybe a little fun. So, two things. I want to talk about an agile approach to this whole coronavirus. It's funny. I had wrote this note. I always try to write down what I want to have the topics on the day before or whatever, so I can think about it. And then someone put a post about coronavirus and agile and how it really applies, which I totally agree. But I was coming at a different uh, direction, and I commented on their post about it. So it was good. It was good timing. And then the other thing I want to talk about, say, YouTube stuff. I personally think all the IT stuff out there is kind of wacky. You haven't been doing this. What? It's 267 episode. It's 6:43 right now in the AM. I've done a few episodes, as you can see, and there's all kinds of stuff that's just going wacky out there. But we have Eddie's little video, and I'm going to talk about that and the counts, and how that one little thing would drive people I know batty, right? So it's kind of interesting, where I work and the way I work versus the way YouTube works. So we'll talk about that. That's the fun part. So the coronavirus and Agile. So the governor of the state decided he was going to close the schools throughout the rest of the year. All the parents are like pissed, and I don't think he gets it. It's like, can't you just wait and do it like every 2 weeks? And I totally agree. Why can't you wait and do it we're stuck anyhow. We're not going anywhere. The what you save or what you do making the decision early and making the call early doesn't really gain us anything. It doesn't, right? It may say, "Oh, cool, we don't have to work at all. We don't, but no." But this whole process, it would be better to take an agile approach to this whole situation. Where, like in Scrum, we have, like, let's say you use a 2 week iteration. Even if you do 1 week, you could do it 1 week or 2 weeks. Let's say every 2 weeks, and say we're going to reassess the situation every 2 weeks, because what's interesting is that the period of infection they were talking about is like, I think it's like 14 days. So it's perfect 2 week. It makes perfect sense to do a 2 week iteration related to the coronavirus. Here's a thought, right? This is the 14th of April. And then the school year is like June something. So it's like a whole month and a half right now. So it's like, what is this? So we get we got three sprints. Before, when he did, we had 4 sprints, right? So we would have 4 2 week increments. The idea being, even the kids, what the parents are saying is that the kids would like to be together and see their friends. They're very social. They would like to go out there. And so there was opportunity, even for the last month of the year, for the kids to get together and interact, play around, and meet their friends and everything. It would, and it's amazing. We have a child psychiatrist, and she doesn't even get it, right? It would lower the attention for the kids, because they're like, I can't talk to my friends. I can't, I'm not allowed. I mean, all this kind of stuff. But taking it in an agile approach makes so much more distance. Do 2 weeks, see how it works, reassess it, do a sprint review, do a retrospective, where we're at, how we're doing. Is things getting better? Where we're going to be? And doing that every 2 weeks, it's the perfect Scrum. It's the perfect Agile. So that was the angle I had came out, because you know what? It gives you a chance to pivot. So you find out what mechanism work. Every 2 weeks, you find out, do we need all these beds here? Maybe we need it over here. You're constantly reviewing and reshifting goals and outcomes. And it gives you a chance to pivot, right? By making this declaration that the whole period is very waterfall-ish, we're not going to be the whole year. We're just going to not do it. It doesn't give you any pivot room. Once you make that decision, you have no pivot, right? That's the beauty also of Scrum and Agile. We create pivot points throughout the whole process. So that if it's working or not working, you can pivot to a new area, which I'll talk about in a second. If it's working, you can keep going. If it's you get decision points to decide how you're going to move. And that's one of the beauties of Scrum. That's the beauty of the iteration. Where in Waterfall, there is no pivot point. We either got it all done or we can get nothing, right? But in Agile and Scrum, the idea is you can pivot without spending a lot of money, right? Making these decisions to do the rest of the year, that's a big cost thing. That's a big push. That's a big hit on a population. I don't think he gets it. I don't think anybody gets it. I think the parents get it. But anyway. But that was my angle I had written. The other angle was on this experimentation. The whole idea of being agile, trying multiple things, having multiple teams working on multiple avenues, picking the ones that are working, let them work their way out, is more agile than it is waterfall. Waterfall, you say, well, we're just going to pick this one, like vaccine. Maybe decide we need a vaccine. Vaccines take a year and a half to develop. It's going to be a year and a half to get the vaccine working. Oh God, we're screwed, right? But no, there's a group working on vaccines. There's a group working on, logistics for stuff to take care of people. There's a group working on like an antibody thing. There's a group working on it so you can detect whether you've been exposed or not. There's another group working on the testing. There's another group working on the hydroxychloride, whatever, the malaria drug combined with the Z-Pack, and looking at those things. So it's multiple teams working together to find some of the quick routes to alleviate, to keep that peak up there. See, the problem is a waterfall. Waterfall would never, ever keep that peak from coming down. Never. Never would work. You need a lot of different ways of thinking about how to get there, right? And a waterfall would be like, oh, we need to buy everything and everything from scratch. I heard a good thing yesterday. I was listening to the ceremony, the ceremony. It was like a ceremony, the debriefing, and if you don't listen because you're so pissed off to Trump or whatever, you don't hear what's really being said. You know, like the idea that there's all this test apparatus out there that's not being used. That they had to take some time. They had to figure out, well, they can use it. So there's like 75% testing capability that's not being utilized out there in the hospitals, and they're trying to tell the states and all, and tell the doctors, here, there's more testing capability. I don't know what they do, but there's more out there that's not being used to do the testing. And it's like you come up with these different avenues to solve the problem. It's not one answer solves the world. It's like, here's a couple different avenues to give you the good coverage of everything we need to do. So it's very agile thinking like. So I wanted to mention that. So again, breaking it down the work every 2 weeks, making decisions every 2 weeks is a great agile, great Scrum practice that it can apply in a reality, can apply to how the government wants to implement this whole coronavirus thing. But they're not thinking agile, thinking waterfall. They're thinking either everything or nothing, which is not how agile people think. Agile people don't think everything or nothing. Now, from that, I want to get into the YouTube thing. Everything or nothing. Remember, so in YouTube, just something I just noticed because we're talking about little Eddie's little video where he does the Coca-Cola thing, which I want to do another one. We just keep running out of time and doing other things, which is fine. Hey, we live our lives, right? We just videotape things as they go. So there's a little stat how many views each one of his little 15-second videos had, right? So when you look at the little edit in YouTube, he's got 693,000 views. Okay, 693,000. When I look at it from a different perspective, when I look at it from there's a metrics or analytics page. That analytic page says it has 648,000 views. Then if I go look at it from a video view, which shows all the videos in it, it says 691,700 views. Did you notice anything? All the numbers are different. In my world, I know the people I work with would freaking have a bad shit, right? They'd be like, oh, fuck, all the numbers are different. We can't go in production. Shut it down. We can't go out. YouTube's like, okay. So we're off by, well, you're off by 50,000 or 40 some odd thousand on one, 42,000 on the one, which is kind of big. But you got like 693,400, 648,000, and 691,700. They're all different numbers. I don't know where they're taking their data from, but it's kind of funny is that they look up values like, yeah, that's fine. Now, from a business perspective, if I was doing views and I really was making money at this, which I'm not making any money at this, I would want the 693,000 views, right? That's what I would want. Though YouTube doesn't pay money on views, so it really doesn't matter. So they don't really care. I don't know. They take it from different snapshots point of the day. But I do find it interesting that there's such a gap in the numbers where other places would be very upset. So in a waterfall perspective, unless every one of those numbers were exactly right, they would never put the analytics out on the website. Just saying. So it's a little more agile thinking. Hey, let's just get some value close enough. Do we need to fix it later? Maybe there's a bug. I don't know. Is it really important? We don't really judge. We don't pay you based on that. So they deem it's not an essential bug. But I know a lot of places, well, that number's got to be exact every day, and it's got to be, right spot on, and all those three numbers should be reading from themselves, which they should. I don't understand why they're not. I think I do. I think they take it at different times during the day, but that's a different thing. But anyway, that's just the agile thing. So with that, I'm gonna say, see you later. Keep it under 15 minutes. Keep it short and brief. But hey, if YouTube not worried about 440,000 views on a website, do you really need to worry about perfection in some of your stuff? What if you're making money and you're going to bill someone based on that? Yes. Or pay someone based on the reviews or something like that. Yeah, I do. But you got to ask your question. Does it really affect the bottom line, or is this just a piece of information to help them make decisions? And do they need to be damn well to the little that little point to make that decisions? They are. I think they're overthinking it. Anyway, see ya. Have a great day. Happy Tuesday. See you again on Wednesday. And happy scrumming. Ring the little bell if you want to follow us and get notes when we go up live. Take care. Bye.